Alright guys, welcome back to Eldest Born, a Three Brothers podcast. We are here at Long Island Tropic Con with the real Peter Griffin.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And obviously you may have seen him from his social media profile. I know I've been a fan for a while. I've seen so many of your posts. Tell me how did you get into this look-alike business? Do you do it professionally or just as a hobby?
This is my primary gig now. I go to conventions, I travel around, I do cameo, videos. I need to get back to the Twitch streaming. I was doing that for a while, but it's honestly been quite a ride. I've been doing this for almost 13 years now, and the places and people I've gotten to meet and see, I wouldn't replace it for anything in the world.
That's awesome.
They mentioned me twice on the show, so that's kind of insane.
Did they really?
Yeah, I'm technically canon on Family Guy, so...
That's so cool. Now, how was that? Did you have to discover that by watching the show, or did you, get in contact with them?
So here's my real voice for those that haven't heard. My name is Rob. I've been doing voices since I was a little kid. It started with, Grover, Gilroy, a lot of the Muppets, the Looney Tunes, and it kind of snowballed. I've been doing voices longer than Family Guy's been a show. When they came out with the show, I became a big fan of it. I thought it was hysterical. In fact, I didn't even see it when it first came out. I think it was canceled for the first time. And I got the first couple seasons on DVD. My friend owned it. So I used to borrow disc after disc, and I watched the first couple seasons, and the show was frickin' hilarious. It was way funnier than The Simpsons or anything else that I watched at the time. And I don't know, I dressed like Western Ghost Rider the first day of Comic-Con in 2012, and I got heat stroke. And I was like, I can't dress like this again. And I was taking pictures with people and stuff. So I just went in my closet and I found the Peter Griffin stuff. And I was like,
great, they're gonna think I'm a fat John Lennon.
Then I ended up doing the voice of the show and it became this.
Yeah, that's amazing. I understand from our mutual friend that you're a big nerd, not just a fan of Family Guy.
Oh yeah, I'm a weeb, I'm a comic book nerd, I'm everything.
So we are both big time weebs, especially this guy. What's your favorite anime?
One Piece.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
So he's semi-famous online for cosplaying Sabo.
Sabo, yeah. You can tell by the hair.
Yeah, and I've been known to cosplay Luffy. I can show you a picture that I have.
I could be Gear 4 Luffy. Ha ha ha! Bounce Man!
So,
that's sick.
I got, a whole inflatable hand. He's got the other hand up. Have you ever considered voice acting?
That's what I would like to do next. That's honestly my passion. I know it's a very tough industry to break into. You gotta have a demo reel. You gotta know people, For years, I've run into so many amazing voice actors, and I've just picked their brains as much as I can and see, and it's very funny. I love hearing their stories on how they got into it, because it's very similar to my own. It's oh, I made this character because I hear this person sounding like this, and I kind of did a variation, and that became a full-on character. Even Seth MacFarlane did it with Peter Griffin. The security guy at his college is who Peter Griffin's based on, and I know I belong in that world.
Besides, I have a face for radio.
Well, I don't know about that, seeing as you got your claim to fame by being a lookalike.
That is true.
So you definitely don't have a face for radio.
I trained my body physically for decades.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I don't want to monopolize the time talking about Family Guy. You probably talk about that all the time.
No, that's fine.
Do you have any, hot takes when it comes to pop culture? Whether it's anime, movies, it could be whatever.
Hot takes? People that don't want to watch One Piece have commitment issues. And, I think you're really robbing yourself. Have you seen the latest episode?
With Kuma? It's good.
Tearjerker. Oh my god. They make you cry about a gangster that wears a fucking diaper. And a pacifier, for Christ's sake. Bon Clay is such a goated character.
Bon Clay.
You look at him and he's a stupid flamboyant character dancing around and then an Impel Down. He really took the gold there. Luffy's a classic shonen character. Starts off, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, and you're yeah, he's full of shit, dude. Rubber man. All of a sudden he starts, getting there. And it's fun to see that metamorphosis.
Spoiler alert. Speaking of his metamorphosis, he literally turns into a god.
Oh yeah, the sun god Nika.
So now the whole gum gum thing is just funny because it wasn't even real.
No,
he was imagining
it's all in his mind.
Yeah.
But they did say that he had, rubber features and stuff, so it is definitely part of the devil fruit. He thought that was the limitations.
There's an unlocking, a second tier to every devil fruit, and that's what his...
Do you think he didn't know what type of fruit it was when he bit it? He just found it in the chest?
Nope.
So do you think that he developed his gum powers based on the, knowledge that they told him it was the Gum Gum fruit, or did he just make it up?
Well, I think that it really came from the fact that he even found out he had a devil fruit because they tried to take his arm and pull it, and it just kept going.
Right.
Because he didn't want to go anywhere, so he stretched.
Sure.
So subconsciously, he just thought it was like, I have rubber powers.
Right.
So he limited his mind mentally to that, But then when push comes to shove and he needs to power up, and he fights Kaido and he finally gets that, that hockey power. That's when
force,
it's
the drums
Toon Force.
The
So
drums
yeah,
of liberation, where he pounds his chest. That was such a good scene, honestly.
so good.
And the whole time.
Although I still say that the greatest punch in all of anime is when he punches the Celestial Dragon.
Yeah,
That's still my favorite animated punch in all of anime.
That's like a very pivotal moment in the anime, honestly, I think. Because he was the first one to ever do that.
Right.
Oh yeah, everybody was like, their jaws dropped. They're like, holy shit, he just punched. And they even shout that out when they do the Coma backstory because he's like, oh my god, he just did that. Now I gotta get them all out of there, so you kind of see it from his perspective. And it's because when that first happened and they're all disappearing, it's like, holy shit, what's gonna happen to them all? They're all getting separated. Did they die? Luffy's having a crash out because he lost all of his friends. And and then they did the time skip, and that's when the show really started cooking. I would consider that point to be like when Naruto became Naruto Shippuden, because then it's like they're not the little kids, they're not learning anymore. Now they're their team and they're building their bones.
I have a hot take about that, though. I think pre-time skip, with the exception of, I guess it's pre-time skip, the War of the Best at Marineford and everything before it. I think that was peak One Piece. I think now every other arc is hit, miss, hit, miss. It's been
Wano was a hell of an arc, though.
But it was 300 episodes long.
But they had I know that they do a lot of backtracking. They do a lot of story building. I was waiting for them to get through all the Kuma episodes because I wanted to find out what the fuck happens to Bonnie because she's being held by one of the elders, and I'm like, all right, I get it, but it's important. Because if you watch his episodes, it's not like they're just giving you bullshit information. It's like it pertains.
Uma actually went up on my list of favorite characters just from his backstory.
Oh yeah, and I was like, before you really didn't know anything about him. He was quiet. He had a Bible. What the fuck is this guy? And then he had the scene with Zoro with the pain, and that was Zoro's badass scene.
So yeah. That was really good. I think his fighting scenes have been incredible. Because remember, when he first lost to Mihawk, he vowed that he would never lose again. And
exactly.
He has still, to this day, obviously, he's kept that promise.
Oh, yeah.
Every single fight scene with Zoro is just, sick upgrade after upgrade.
The King fight animation was, that was almost better than the Kaido fight.
I also like the fight in Dressrosa where he versus the big stone guy.
Oh yeah, Pika. Yeah,
that was a really cool fight.
When they started laughing at his voice, it's that was one of the funniest things. Because that doesn't get shout out to the original Luffy and Zoro, where they were just goofy and they laughed about shit. They made Zoro a very serious character, but. If you look at those original episodes, they're very funny.
But Zoro hasn't even really smiled since Mihawk sliced him.
No, that's not true. Because he did smile in Wano.
He did smile in Wano. When Luffy jumps and to greet him, he smiled back. But that's about it. He used to laugh and be so goofy.
Well, he even humbled himself to Mihawk to learn from him.
Yeah.
With the gorillas and during the time skip. So, he must have went through some grueling training for him to become as powerful as he had.
So, I think that's a cool...
Now he's fighting Rob Lucci. It's
Yeah.
Rob Lucci is overrated, I think.
He's tough, though. He's a tough customer.
He is tough.
How many of the Devil Fruit users have unlocked, the second phase of their Devil Fruit?
So, Rob Lucci, Luffy, you have Don Quixote, Doflamingo. I think that's. Oh no. Who's the Mochi Mochi guy? Katakuri.
Katakuri.
He was awakened. Wasn't he only 4? I think I know.
Didn't Robin awaken her?
Robin awakens her. She becomes devil.
Exactly.
But I think it only happens with Paramecia fruits. It doesn't happen with.
Well, he's a zone.
Okay, so Zoan and Paramecia are the only two it happens with. They can't happen with elemental types. The
Logia and all them.
Yeah, like Logia types. They can't do it because they're made out of that substance, which I think they thought that Luffy was a Logia.
I guess that's what they thought he initially was, but then it turned out to be a zone.
Right. So now, obviously,
which are the most powerful types.
Which was kind of well, we were led to believe that the Logia were the most powerful types up until maybe.
Well, because you felt that they were unstoppable, but then once you learn hockey, you can beat anything.
You can just beat anything, right? Like Rayleigh blocking.
Like if Luffy had known hockey going into save Ace, it would have been a different story.
I mean, he knew Conqueror. Well, he knew Conqueror's
he had
hockey.
Conqueror's hockey, but he didn't really understand how to use it or whatever. Which is like, and it wasn't strong enough to take out admirals or anything. So.
Sure, except for all the other stronger pirates that were there to support him still couldn't win. So I don't know if it would have helped.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Whitebeard, if he wasn't like damaged to shit, he would have folded the entire thing himself. I mean, he was one of the most powerful pirates that ever lived. He was Gold Roger's colleague, basically, as far as like.
I'm waiting to see the God Valley incident. I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, and we almost kind of got like a repeat of that with Egghead Island, with the Buster Call and them learning too much, like O'Hara. Because I mean, they did a little bit of the God Valley incident with when Kuma was a kid, and he helped 500 people escape the God Valley.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really interesting. It's like it's fun when they like talk about something for years and years and years, and now they're finally. Because how many years did we not even know what Vegapunk looked like? You know what I mean? It's like, who was Dr. Vegapunk? And then he's this guy with a big tongue and a fucking apple head.
He looks like Einstein.
What?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And I think Oda, in his storytelling, like, is a genius because he'll keep you in suspense for 10, 15 years.
And he always gives you the unexpected.
Right, like Shanks has a twin. Spoiler alert, but yeah.
Shanks.
And now we have all these people who have devil fruit weapons. Now that's a whole thing. We saw that in Annie's lobby. It's like one sword. It was like an elephant sword.
Yep.
But now I think the Shanks' twin Shamrock, he has the Cerberus sword. So his sword literally grows 3 heads and starts biting people and breathing fire and stuff. It's crazy.
It's a modern day Bankai.
yeah.
That's so real.
So, Ty, do you have any questions for Peter over here?
I don't know. You've kind of nailed them all, especially the big One Piece fans. So that's great.
Oh, yeah,
that's
One Piece.
great, bro.
Yeah, that became my number one. I've watched a lot of anime. You know, it's funny. I started off with Dragon Ball Z back when I was a kid, when it first started on Toonami and stuff. That was actually middle school when it started. And then I kind of dropped off from anime for a long time. And I want to say about like 10 years ago, so I started going through like the list of like pivotal anime: Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Trigun, Samurai Champloo, Naruto. You know, and then it wasn't until like June of 2019, I remember I started One Piece, and I caught up by that December, and I've been caught up ever since.
And yeah, I can relate to that because when I was younger too, I was really big in the Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, and
I used to like the Yu-Gi-Oh show. I never
Yu-Gi-Oh.
collected the cards, never had any of them, but I used to like to watch the show.
Yeah, I was always into it, but I was like bullied back in elementary school for it.
Never defeat with your theory. Not if I have anything to say about it, Timer.
That's perfect.
You, my sister needs surgery.
That's perfect.
Joey Wheeler is the best character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he's the only, like, Brooklyn kid in this whole Japanese school. And it's just, like, so funny. So funny. My blue is white dragon! It's like these voices that they come up with. And
You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
That's so good. Oh, my gosh. What's the one, like, in the first episode where he goes, oh, like, my grandfather's deck has only powerful cards, and then he draws a card, and he goes, this card is useless. And it's just like, I even showed my girlfriend the first episode because she doesn't really know anime like we do. She thinks it's ridiculous, but that first pilot episode is so iconic.
Oh yeah,
Because even the further,
the Millennium Puzzle.
right, the future episodes kind of didn't even have the same vibe.
Oh
It
no.
was so raw, and in
Yeah.
its infancy, it was so great.
And then they went on the island and had the competition on the
Yeah.
island.
And then
Fucking Bug Dick ripped up his.
that's
wife's
a great
leg.
episode.
Yeah.
The bug guy with like parasite cage.
I guess he was lucky he didn't rip up one of the Exodia club.
Right. But wasn't there an episode where Yugi was like, "Oh, I know it's my grandfather's deck, but I'm just gonna throw it in the ocean," and then I don't know if Joey went in to get it or something. There was something where he just like gets rid of the deck and like you never see that deck ever again. And he starts playing a new deck because he didn't have Exodia ever again after the first season.
Yeah.
And
Well, it was a broken system. You can fucking pull out Exodia every time you're in trouble. It's like,
yeah, but he did that with the God cards.
oh yeah, but then there were other people with the God cards. I mean, there
Sure.
was Cypher the Sky Dragon, there was Eldest the Tormentor, and the Winged Dragon of Ra.
Right.
So that was
you
like
had,
the next.
what was it? Malik, Kaiba, and Yugi all had them. Right?
Yeah.
That was a good tournament, though. That
It
whole arc
was.
was really cool. There's this whole meme online, a series of memes where Yugi is just making up fucking rules. Like,
Oh, I love the one where he's like, "Bitch, I might be. I activate your mother."
but it's so true though. Like, you watch the show, and if you're familiar with the card game, which I used to be when I was a kid, but not now, nothing he does makes any sense in the context of the card game.
I've heard that. Yeah, I never played the game. I never had the cards, like I said.
Right.
But I heard that like the rules in the show.
There was this one episode where he's fighting a guy who has a sea monster deck. Like, it's all ocean cards.
Okay.
And he's got this stone golem soldier character on the field. And obviously this thing is useless because it can't swim or whatever,
Yeah, no, it's
whatever they're
stuck
saying.
at the bottom.
Right. So he's sitting there, he can't fight, he's immobile. Yugi puts out like the moon, and all of a sudden that card changes the tide of the other cards, and it makes it like go low tide. So now all the what?
It's like a cheat code.
It's like a cheat code, but it's not in the card
Like, hey, I
game.
have Baby Dragon, but then I have the 1,000. I can use
Right.
the Time Wizard to make a 1,000-year dragon.
Right, we'll age the baby dragon,
Yeah, it's-
and in the card game, if you fuse those two together, it becomes the 1,000-year dragon.
That's fun.
So that made sense.
That always makes sense.
But the whole movie
I thought that was an
doesn't make
interesting,
sense.
thing. They never did anything like that, like Pokemon. It's like they evolved or they didn't.
Right. Or I mean, Digimon too. Digimon used to
I never
evolve
fucked
and then
with
like
Digimon. I
reset.
couldn't get into it. I felt like it was like a ripoff of Pokemon. I was like, how many of these
It
things
is.
am I going to get into?
No, it's definitely a ripoff of
You
Pokemon.
know? And I thought it was stupid. I hated the theme song.
No, what was the one with Digimon, Digital Monsters?
This is so stupid.
That was a good show.
Stupid.
Why do you say that?
I don't know.
That's like the original Yu-Gi-Oh theme.
But I was but that's great. It's time.
That's like one of my favorite intros.
I love that
So
intro
good.
so much.
Oh, that was goated.
Oh my gosh.
Digimon, fuck Digimon.
That intro, basically, okay, so all the 4Kids TV intros back then. So when anime first came to America, they would make Americanized intros.
Yep.
So
yep.
Pokemon, the one that we all love, is not even Japanese. It's
No.
from the 4Kids version.
Exactly.
There's also a very unique rap that they did for One Piece.
I knew about that.
You know about that one?
I knew about that. Yeah.
That I know it by heart. It's fantastic. It's like the one intro sequence I actually knew growing up.
I used
had
to
it
know
memorized.
part of the Poke Rap. Remember that back in the day?
No, what was that?
You don't remember the Poke Rap?
No.
Catch him, catch him, catch him. Gotta catch him. Charmeleon. Water. You gotta go
I have never heard of this.
You never heard this? Come on. It's like original, like, Pokemon cartoon theme song. Well, not theme song. It was,
How old are we talking?
this is the original Kanto
Yes.
League. Like,
Yeah,
we're
this is
talking
like
like
Gen 1.
Ash and Misty and Brock. Like, they would do that like at the end of the episode. They would,
Because
just like who's that Pokemon would be like the bumper in the middle of the episode,
Right.
and then they would do the Poke Rap at the end.
I love it when they do memes online where it's like, obviously it's a Charizard, but they Photoshop in the
Oh,
Pikachu.
I die.
And it's always like,
Or you think
"Who's
it's
that?"
Diglett and it's actually like Uncle Ben's tombstone. It's Spider-Man
Oh, God.
the
Oh,
worst.
man.
The internet is undefeated.
I love the internet. But listen, we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for the internet.
That's true.
You with your fame, him with his aspirations for fame as Sabo, and me with my humble podcast. But so the internet has its uses, and I'm so grateful to have you on today.
Humble good say.
So I appreciate your time. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thanks for having me on. Freaking sweet. The One Piece is real.
Peace out, guys.